Hello, everyone. Here we will show you how to create Pinterest accounts creator module using BotChief editor. This video mainly shows you how to use the record function to create the module quickly. This account creator module is very easy to create. It doesn't like the module which needs to input the verification code, verify the email address, verify the phone, etc. But in our next videos, we will show you how to create these complex account creator modules. Now, let's begin our today's topic. First, click New Module button to create a module for it. Input any name for it, and then click OK. Now, click Record button. All the operation we did will be recorded in the module action. Here, input the Pinterest site to visit. Now, input an email address and password one by one. After finish them, and then click Sign Up. We can see that all the operation we did has been recorded on the left module action. Here, input the first name, last name and age. Select sex, and then click Come on in button. Select at least 5 topics to follow for the account, and then click Done button. Here, we select Skip these steps. Of course, you also can set the settings for this step. Now, we have finished signing up. All the operation has been recorded in this module automatically by the Record button. Now, we have finished all, so we need to stop the record mode and return to the normal mode. Click these actions, and we can view the related operation page we did below the module. Now, we will optimize this module manually. The purpose of optimization is to put the content we inputted just now to be variable mode, so that we can sign up more different accounts through this module. Let's show you how to add the variable and set the settings for them. Select Variable Manager button. In the process of creating the account module, we probably need to add these variables: email address, password, first name, last name and age. Click Add New Variable button. First, add a variable for the email. Select the initial value for it. Because it will be convenient for us to set multiple emails to create multiple accounts when we run this module on BotChief Runner. Select the no default value for it, so we need to set some value for it before running it. Select Global Variable. Because the email can only be used once when creating account. In addition, we can use multi-threads to run it on BotChief Runner, so that the email can be avoided using repeatedly. Select the string type, and then click Add. Add the second variable for the first name and last name. It is also the initial variable, and we need to set some value for it before running it. So there is no default value for it. Select the local variable. Because when we create accounts, the first name and last name can be used again and again. Select the string type for it, and then click Add. Now, add a variable for the password. Select the store variable for it, and the program will give a value for it automatically when we run this module. Here, select local variable. Select the string type, and then click Add. Now, add a variable for the age. The settings of age variable are very similar with the password variable. After set all, click Add. All the parameters that need to be add variables have been finished. Now we will show you how to add these variables to the module. And what we need to do is to make them be the variable. The first is the email parameter. Find the step when we input content for it. In its settings interface, select the email variable for it, and then click Save. The next parameter is password. Do the same thing like we did before. Find the step when we input content for it. In its settings interface, select the password variable for it, and then click Save. Here, we need to do some changes for the password. We will add a variable operate action to create password automatically. Drag this action before the operation of password step. On its settings interface, select the variable password. Select the random number as the processing way. Through the variable operate function, we can get a random string. And the random string we got will be the password. Here, input some value for the first random source. We will input some letters for it. And the random amount is set to 3. For the second random source, we will input some number for it. And the random amount is set to 3. For the third random source, input some special symbols for it. And the random account is set to 2. After finish it, now click Test button to have a test. See, the result will be different for each test. The random string will be the password. Click Save to save the result. So, when the module runs to this step, it will get a string automatically. Then put it as the password to save it into the password variable. At the same time, when we set the value for the password, here we need to select the password variable, and then click Save. So, when we run the module to create accounts, the password it filled in automatically will be different each time. For first name last name variable, do like before. Find the step when we input content for it. In its settings interface, select the iris name last name variable for it. And then click Save. The next parameter that needs to set variable is age. In its settings interface, select the age variable for it. And then click Save. Meanwhile, if we want to use different age for each register, we can also add a variable operate action for it. So drag this action before the operation of age step. In its settings interface, select the age variable for it. Select the random number as the processing way. Here, if we want to produce an age between 20 to 40, so we need to input 2, 3 in the first random source. The random account is set to 1. On the second random source, input 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 and then random account is set to 1. The front two random sources are able to meet the requirement that we need. So we will not set value for the third random source. Now, click Test button to have a test. See, the result will be between 20 to 40 for each test. Click Save to save the result. Now, all the variables have been finished. After finishing creating account, we need to add an action for it. And it is to save the result. On its setting interface, we can select which variable to save. But, here we cannot find the email variable. Because the email variable is a global variable, and it cannot return the result like local variable did. So here if we want to get the email variable, we need to add a local current variable for it. And then let it get the global variable value to return the result. Input the variable name curremail. Select store variable for it, and then click add. Add a variable operate action for it, and it is to put the email variable to the curremail variable. On its setting interface, select the variable we added just now. Select gets the value of other variables as the processing way. Select the email variable for it, and then click Save. Now, the value of curremail will be equal to the value of email. Select the in action. Here we can find the curremail variable now. Select the variable that you want to save. Here we select curremail and password. Because when we logged in Pinterest page we need to fill in the email and password information. Click Save to save the result we select. Now, the module has been finished. Let's run it on BotChief Runner to create accounts. Open BotChief Runner, and add the module we created just now into it. First select the user node. Select the category we created before below the user node. Click Add Task button to add a task. In this interface, input any name for the task. Click the button to import the module we just created. Check this option to run this task with multi-thread. After set all, click Next. Before running this task, here we need to set some value for these two initialize variables. The first is the email variable. Click Set button to go to the setting interface. Here, we can add a lot of emails for it. When we run this task, it will select an email to create account automatically. Click Import button to import the email list we prepared before directly. Check this option. When the email have been used in the process of running, it will be deleted from the email list automatically. So it avoids using the email repeatedly. When we check this option, if the program has checked that there is no data in the email list, it will stop automatically. After set all, click Save. Now, click the Set button to set some value for the first email list name variable. Like we do before, click Import button to import the first email list name list we prepared before directly. Here, there is no need to check this option. Because when we create accounts the first email list name can be repeated used. After set all, click Save button to save the result. Click Next button. On this interface, we can select the variable that we want to save after finishing creating account. Check this option to save all the variables. Or select the variable that we need manually. Here, we just need to save the email and password. Click this button to select a path to save the result. After finishing all, click Next button. In this interface, here we can click Import button to import some proxies from the file folder we prepared before. When the program is running to create accounts, it will select a proxy to use automatically. Here are two options you can select. One is the loop use option, the other is the random use option. Here we will check this random use option. After finishing all, click Finish button. Now we have finished using this module to create a task. So, let's run the task. Before running the task, we can use these options to do some settings for the task simply. Click Settings button. On this interface, we can select the number of threads. In order to have a clear demonstration, here we will select one thread to run the task. After finish it, click OK. Select the task we just created, and then click Start button to run it. On this pop-up interface, we can select the running times. Here, we will input 100 in the run times, and then click OK. Now, the program is creating accounts automatically. On the page of Creating Account, we can see which proxy the program is using to create account. See, it is filling in the email and password information automatically. Now, it is selecting the topics for the account. After finishing it, it will click Done to finish registering. Now, it has created a Pinterest account automatically. Here, we can get the detailed information about the account. The success status will show how many accounts have been created successfully. If there is no account created successfully, it will be 0. Now, the program has started to the second run automatically. See, it is using the different proxy to create the second account. Now, we will have a rest to wait the program running automatically, and later we will check the result. Now, let's have a check. See, it has created 51 accounts successfully. The program is still running. Let's open the file which has saved the results to have a look. These are the accounts which have been created successfully in 30 minutes. That is all for creating Pinterest accounts automatically with BotChief. Thanks for watching. We will create more and better videos in the future. Please look forward to